Hey there, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through how to set up Claude SEO, which is an AI-powered SEO analysis skill that you can install inside Claude Code. I've got the GitHub pulled up for it right here. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get started. It's completely free to install this skill, so essentially what you could do is you could just replace your entire SEO team. It's really just as simple as a curl command, which is one line right here, which we can run. I'm just going to open up a new tab and we're going to run this curl command. As you can see, it's downloading Claude SEO, it's installing the skill files, installing the sub agents, and then installing the Python dependencies. This shouldn't take more than a couple seconds, and as you can see, it's already done. So now Claude SEO, the skill, is successfully installed, and in order to run it, all I have to do is open up Claude, which I can actually run over here in VS Code, but I'm currently working on my website right now, so it's just coding away over here while I'm making this tutorial video. So we'll let that run, and if I want to run the command, I'm just going to type /SEO, and as you can see here, there's all of the different skills that it now has access to. And if I want to learn how to use any of these skills, I can come over here to the GitHub. If I want to do a full site audit, I could just type /SEO, and then I'm going to put audit, and I'm just going to put in the link for my website, which is tubeanalytics.net, and I'm going to run the full SEO audit on this particular website. So it's going to start by fetching the home page to detect the business type, and it's going to launch some sub agents to basically just start reading through the Robots.txt file. It's going to analyze the sitemap. It's going to do everything that it needs to do to make sure that the SEO is up to snuff. And while this is running, I'm just going to scroll through the GitHub over here and see what else this can do. There's a bunch of different commands. So right now we're doing the SEO audit, which is a full website audit with parallel sub-agent delegation. And then we've also got sitemap generate. So if you want to generate a new sitemap with industry templates, you can do that using the skill as well. You can also do image optimization analysis as well. So it looks like I've actually hit my limit on Claude Code. As you can see over here, I've used 100% of my credits, and it's going to reset in the next 3 hours. It should continue from where it left off with the SEO audit. And as you can see here, it's now doing the full audit from all available data. So it's going to read 2 files. And it says, okay, good. The technical agent collected valuable data from the home page, pricing page, and blog page before hitting limits. And it's just going to continue where it left off. So we're going to go through and fetch each of these pages. It's going to do the full site audit. So right now it's just going through and examining each of these files. The LLMs.txt file is actually for GEO, which is Generative Search Engine Optimization. I was able to complete that over here in open code while I was waiting on more credits. So we'll just go ahead and refresh this. You can see it's actually failing to fetch some of these pages because I think they don't exist. These are basically just placeholders for now. But you can see it's going through and fetching all of those pages. And then we should get a full SEO site audit at the end. We could actually try something else as well instead of the full site audit, since I don't actually need the full site audit, to be perfectly honest. My SEO is already pretty rock solid. So we could actually use one of these other ones too, such as the SEO plan. So I'm just going to come over to GitHub, and we can see here SEO plan is for strategic SEO planning for software as a service and other things. I happen to be building a software as a service. So if we want to just go ahead and interrupt this, I can hit escape twice, and that's just going to interrupt it. And then from here, we can search for SEO plan, and then we just have to enter in the type. So in this case, I'm going to put software as a service. So as you can see here, it's building a comprehensive SEO strategy for Tube Analytics as a software as a service platform, drawing on what I already know about the audit data, and then it's going to load the relevant reference files. And of course, we could also run this over here in VS Code as well, but I happen to be doing some vibe coding over here, so we're just running it in the terminal for now. It's really, really easy. So that's just going to create the entire SEO strategy for Tube Analytics. And while that's running, I can come over here and I can show you what one of these files looks like, assuming I can actually find it. I'm just going to ask it, where is the LLMS.txt file? So it's just going to find my LLMS file right here, and now if I just control click on that, I can open this up, and you can see this is one of the key files for having a GEO presence. So basically this is what it looks like, and you just have to make sure to create one of these files to actually show up in the search results. So if I were to, assuming this has been indexed, that's another thing we can ask is we can tell it to connect my website to Google Search Console and make sure it's being indexed regularly, right? So we can just issue it a simple prompt. In this case, we're using open code, but I could do just the exact same thing in Claude code as well. And you can see this is what it was able to generate as a plan for my software as a service app. So they've got the entire thing here, and it looks like it read through all of my files. It's just created this entire file here. So we've got the SEO strategic plan for Tube Analytics based on the audit data collected from the scan. So it shows the status here, business type, software as a service. We've got 14 indexed pages, 6 blog posts, 6 guide posts. It's got the schema in here as well. We can see that we're getting some 404 errors, which is definitely not good over here. And it's suggesting to implement actual pages for each listed blog post and guide, so we can do that at some point. It says the pricing and blog pages both have canonical pointing to the home page. So if we just go ahead and say, yes, start with the critical fixes, it will go through and start checking off each one of these tasks that it needs to complete and just start fixing up the SEO on my website, which is really, really cool. And again, this is just running inside my folder, which is right here. So YouTube Analytics Platform, here's all of my files, and it's just gonna run through here and it's gonna fix the URLs. So it's fixing the canonical URLs on all subpages. It's then going to fix the title tag duplication, blog post and guide 404 errors, and it's also gonna fix the sitemap to remove low value pages, add content. So that's exactly what it's doing now. And again, I could do something very, very similar over here in open code. I don't necessarily need to use the Claude SEO skill. So I could just ask it right here, where do I get the Google Search Console verification code? And it will tell me right away. In the meantime, this is still working over here. So you can see, do I want to make an edit to layout.tsx? Go ahead and make that change, and it will just edit the file right away from the terminal over here. And so now it's asking, do I want to make this edit to the layout.tsx file? I don't really know what it's doing. It's basically just, replacing this with something else. I'm just going to say, go ahead and make the edit. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. It's deprecated, so this is a deprecated system, so we're just going to remove that. And yeah, it's just going to go through and make all the edits to the files as necessary for best SEO practices. So again, it's asking, do I want to make this edit? I'll say yes. Now, while this is running, I can actually come over here and I can spawn another instance of Claude, and then we can run something else as well. So let's say I want to fix up the images on the site. So now we're running the SEO plan over here, which is making edits to files as necessary. Over here, it's just you can see in the green, this is what it's adding, and the red is what it's removing. So we're gonna say, yep, go ahead, make that edit. And we just have to go through this step by step. And in the meantime, we're also running this over here, which is going to do an image SEO audit for Tube Analytics. So it's just asking if I want to allow it to run this command. I'm going to say, yep, go ahead. And now it needs to run this Python command, so we'll go ahead and allow that. Another really nice thing that you can do inside these IDEs, like Cursor or VS Code, is you could just say git commit. So what that's going to do is just going to automatically commit all of the files that have been changed to my GitHub repository within a few seconds. And that way, if something goes wrong when you're coding, you can easily roll back to a previous version and it will just pull it down from GitHub. So if I come to my repository for YouTube Analytics platform, I can just come in here and we can pull up the latest commit. This is the latest commit that was just pushed from Cursor. That's just a quick side note to show you how this works. And again, you can very quickly and easily do this from your IDE, whether that's Cursor or VS Code or whatever you're using. Just going to come back over here to Cloud SEO. And this one is doing SEO visualization, so it's just an image SEO audit. Again, I'm using Claude Pro, and I'm on Sonnet 4.6. I really don't like to use Opus 4.6 too much because it's very expensive in terms of like the number of credits that it uses. So I usually just use Sonnet 4.6. I'm doing the exact same thing for my vibe coding as well, just to reduce the amount of credits that it's using. So we can just go ahead and allow all of these edits so that I don't have to keep, hitting enter over and over again. And then over here, this is where we're doing the GEO analysis. So it's just going through and once again reading all of the pages. If we want to display more details here, we can hit Control O and you can see exactly what it's doing. And it's going to perform a GEO analysis and figure out how to fix this up so that it's going to start showing up in AI search results, right? Which is exactly what we want, because that's just going to give us even more visibility. So every website needs a sitemap. If I go ahead and pull up my sitemap real quick, it's just an XML file and it has the links to all of the pages, the main pages on my website right here. So if we come on over to Tube Analytics, you can see this is what it looks like. And then each one of these is a separate page, and all of them are included in the sitemap. So, but we just want to make sure that it's well optimized for SEO. It wrote about 538 lines to this file right here. So that's source lib data blog post. So we can open up that file, and you can see right here it's written a whole bunch of lines to this file right here. So this is everything that it's doing over here in Cloud SEO. It does blow through credits pretty quickly. As you can see, I'm already at 65% used in just like about 20 minutes. So in this case, it says the user wants to run a GEO, Generative Engine Optimization analysis for the website. It says, I have the skill loaded with the criteria. Let me use the SEO GEO agent to analyze this URL. It needs to fetch the website to analyze its content. It's going to check Robots.txt for the AI crawler access. It's going to check the LLMS.txt file, which I've already created using OpenCode. And then it's going to analyze the content structure for citability. And it's going to check the server-side rendering and generate a geoanalysis.md report, which is essentially like a README file that it's going to create. Now, if I want to go ahead and run this, I'm just going to hit enter. And it looks like it's already running. So it's just going to do the entire GEO analysis for the website. So this is running in its own separate tab. And then I've also got this thing, which is the image SEO analysis over here. So that's running at the same time. And then we've also got this here as well. I don't actually have a blog on the website yet. That's definitely something that I would like to add. Right now, it's kind of just like place markers, and then it goes to a 404 page, which is definitely not good. So I need to actually build this out a little bit more. Or I could also just remove the blog from the website. What this is going to do is just going to fix all the blog and guide 404 errors. And then the last one is also going to fix the sitemap as well. So I'm just curious because I want to see how much SEOs typically charge for these services. And I'm going to ask Gemini how many thousands and thousands of dollars we're talking about here, which can essentially be replaced by AI. So I'm on Gemini Pro right now. I'm just going to switch to fast for a quicker answer. Okay, so comprehensive $1,500 to $3,000 for a full GEO site audit for businesses in competitive markets or high value niches. So yeah, I mean that's a decent amount of chunk of change right there that can essentially be replaced by an AI tool like Cloud SEO right over here. So yeah, I highly recommend installing Cloud SEO, especially if you're into this sort of thing or you're building a software as a service like I am, or an agency or whatever, you could just use Cloud SEO to do all this stuff for you. You can see it's taking screenshots of my website here as well, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure for what reason exactly, but if we go ahead and open this up, you can see it's taking screenshots of the site. Must have something to do with SEO, obviously. But yeah, it's created those screenshots, and it's done a whole bunch of other stuff here as well. You can also see the image SEO audit JSON file right here as well. So this is something else that it was able to generate. And what else do we have over here? Image SEO audit. We've got this thing as well to investigate the page structure and see what's actually loading. So yeah, it's actually able to control my website using this over here because I've given it access to and allowed it to run these commands. So yeah, very, very powerful in terms of what this can do. Almost everything. It's made all of the edits, and now it's just asking to edit a few more files to fix up the sitemap. So yeah, it's created this entire thing, which is the sitemap in a nutshell. And we've also got the Robot.txt file here, which is very important for SEO purposes. You need to have one of these. And it looks like it's even built out some blog pages here as well. So this is just a slug that it was able to create. It's got the deep audit here, which looks like it's a Python file. This is the deep image SEO audit to extract all visual aspects. So I was able to create this entire Python file within a couple minutes roughly. And let's see if we're out of credits. We're going to run out of credits very soon here. We've hit 98% credit usage, and then that's going to reset in about 4 hours. So yeah, so now it says you've hit your limit. It's going to reset at 2 a.m. Bangkok time. So we're going to have to continue this later, but I just wanted to show you what this is capable of. But yeah, so that's what I was able to create in like 20 minutes. We've done an entire SEO audit. We've also edited a bunch of files over here for the, to optimize everything on the site for SEO. And we've also done an image SEO audit as well within the span of about 20 minutes. So thank you so much for watching this video. Again, go ahead and check out Claude SEO. I highly recommend this particular skill, and there's a lot of other skills that you can install on Claude as well. I will make more videos coming up soon. Thanks so much for watching this one. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, stay safe. Peace from Thailand. Signing off.